Hey everybody, this is Sheri with ViREO Life, author of Go Forward 28 Days to Eat, Move, and Enjoy Life God's Way. We are in our energy series, and I have a special guest with us today. This is Mridu, and she is a friend of mine that I met months ago and have fallen in love with her work. So tell them a little bit about what you do, and then I'm going to dive into some questions.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for having me, first of all. I'm Mridu Parikh, and I'm a productivity coach. I help women who feel overwhelmed with all their distractions and demands, and I help them take control, squash their overwhelm, and live life to the fullest.
So squashing that overwhelm deals with the energy issue, because in this series, we're talking about all the things physically and in our environment that we can put in place to increase our energy, to increase our productivity. And of course, she came to mind when the word productivity came up. And one of the things I want to ask you is, how can you design your schedule so that it increases your energy?
All right, awesome question, because I love that you're tied into energy, because that's really what it is.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm going to interrupt, because it's not. People think about it's about managing your time. We have 24 hours. It's about managing you.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yep. It's energy management. It is.
Oh, good.
It is. So when you actually have a routine, when you have a structure, when you have something sort of just planned out, a methodology of your day, it takes away all that decision making. It takes away all the thinking. When you have more decision making, more thinking, aka overwhelm, right?
Yeah, and that drains the brain of the energy. Okay.
Totally. It is absolutely. It's fatigue. It's draining. It's overwhelming, and you're literally just extracting that from the whole situation. So with that plan in place, now you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing next. I know, where I should put my energy, where I should put my focus. What do I say yes to? What do I say no to? And it just completely leaves you with more clarity, more energy, more. And it's funny, this is really funny, I think more spontaneity, and people think, but if I'm more structured, I lose that spontaneity. But in fact, because you schedule time that's maybe free time, maybe self-care time, that's maybe, work time, then during those periods of time, you're more energetic, you're more spontaneous during that time, more creative. So it's a little bit counterintuitive.
All right, but it works.
Yeah.
Okay, second question is follow-up to that. You said creating structure will give you more energy.
Right.
Give me an example of that. What would that look like in, well, let's pick one a lot of people struggle with, morning. So what would a structure look like for morning to set yourself up for energy during the day?
Hands down, the most important point and part of your day is the morning.
Okay.
And having that routine in the morning, which is specifically about you and your own energy. So if you're starting your day, you're like starting with this foundation of high energy, motivation, inspiration, guidance, then it's just going to catapult the rest of your day. Then that's going to set, it's like your roadmap for the day, right? It's your map. It's going to set you on the right path. And that's why that morning routine we hear so much about is so important. So for example, I think some of the things we both do, and maybe it's a time set aside for perhaps something spiritual, maybe something personal development, maybe meditation, maybe journaling, exercise, which by the way, exercise could be walking for 20 minutes. It could be stretching for 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be like 2 hours at the gym with a trainer, right?
Yes, you all know that. You know what I teach you.
Right, this is like simple stuff, but it's this combination or this routine that creates a system for your morning that keeps you energized, inspired, motivated, and builds your momentum for the rest of the day.
Ruthie, I have another question for you related to that morning routine, because in an ideal world, we set up, what was it you talked about, spiritual and personal development and exercise and all that. But I'm going to give you a little personal example and see how you could fix this.
Okay.
I was really busy the past 2 days, was in some speaking engagements, and had an early morning meeting this morning in Brentwood. So I didn't get my ironing done, and the pants I have on and this shirt were wrinkled. So all this time that I had planned to get ready in a relaxed way, I was spending time ironing and that kind of stuff. Any ideas of how to overcome that barrier so that you can have your morning routine?
Yes, another great question. So your best day always starts the night before. Always. So it's the planning the night before, like ironing the clothes, getting the directions, getting the
the directions.
Yes,
all
or-
those little details.
Yes, getting the like information together you need for your presentation or wherever you have to go. Sometimes making meals if you're just making lunch in the morning. Things like that. Whatever you can do in the evening to give yourself the time, and a stress-free morning is only going to like catapult your success. It's just going to skyrocket, and it's a snowball effect, right? If your morning starts stressful and anxiety and anxious, and that's kind of like how it snowballs throughout the day. If your morning starts really calm and serene because you've done the stuff the night before, that's typically more how your day is going to go.
Okay, and that makes sense because one of the things we've talked about is adrenaline and how adrenaline is great for short-term helping you get some things done. Oh, I got a lot done this morning, but then all that adrenaline, when it leaves you drained.
Right.
And so the energy is not there as much and you have to recoup it, and it's easier to start with a steady energy than recoup it during the day.
Yeah. I say, one question I say a lot is, which worse is worse? Is it worse?
Oh.
Yeah, is it worse to have to like do the thing at night, which is never fun? You're like, I have to make dinner now, I have to make a lunch now, I got to iron my clothes. That seems like the last thing you want to do. But is it worse to be in the morning, behind, stressed out, yelling at your kids, not doing your spirituality, not doing all the stuff? Like, which worse is worse? I think the night is better.
Yeah, absolutely. Super. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, you have me sold on making sure I have a morning routine, making sure that I have the least of the worst,
right,
and get the things done the night before. But I know that you have a lot more to offer because I've actually been through one of her courses, and I don't have her book yet, but that's what we're going to talk about right now. So, what is in your book from what we just talked about that will really help everybody, and then how do they get in touch with your book? And how do they get in touch with you?
All right, well, great. So what really ties this all together, what we've been talking about, planning ahead, having a great morning routine, is what I call your power hour. And your power hour is like that 1 hour that you're really setting aside for all this, for this great stuff. So maybe it's an hour.
Once a day or once a week?
Once a day.
Once a day.
It's every day.
Okay.
And personally, I have a professional power hour and a personal power hour.
Oh.
So the personal one is like what we're talking about, your morning routine. At the exercise, the meditation, the journaling, the just stuff for yourself, enjoying a cup of coffee with nobody else around by yourself, right? And then the professional power hour is 1 hour dedicated, completely uninterrupted, undistracted, of just your professional work, like your big goals for the day.
Kind of like, okay, for me, if it's the creative work of what am I going to put on my YouTube channel? What am I going to talk about at this next presentation or with the client? It's that in my head time creativity. Creativity.
Yes.
Okay,
I love that you said
right.
creative time. It's creative strategy planning. It's not emails. It is not email time.
Okay,
It is not
all
email
right.
time. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So where do people get in touch with your book? And
So, well, you can come on over to lifeisorganized.com. That's where I live. They're on Facebook, same name. But my book is called Accomplish It. Accomplish It. Seven simple actions to.
this is very casual. Can you tell? Yes.
Seven simple actions to achieve your goals. And you can get that over on Amazon. Just put in Accomplish It, or just come over to my website. It's probably just easier to remember. But
Okay.
yeah.
Super. Thank you so much. Thank you all for going through this and getting your morning routine together, getting yourself set up in the evening for that morning routine, and getting her book to take you through the 7 steps. Remember to subscribe and click that little bell so that you get notifications of when this is up. Talk to you all soon. Remember that you can find your path and fulfill your potential. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.